Hey, good evening and welcome to episode 2 of the Euro Show. And we've got a great show ahead tonight. We're going to be looking back at all the action that's taken place so far and looking forward to some of the big matches coming up in the next 3 days.
That's right, James. Today also in the studio we have one of Singapore's most legendary players, the Blade of God himself, Sasikumar, will be joining us to take us through all of the games from match day 1. We also have with us a symbol of women empowerment in the football scene in Singapore, the most capped lioness. Ernie is here to join us to take us through fantasy football as well as her achievements at Singer Champs, right, James?
And besides that, we've got the Skills Challenge, 2nd edition for the men and the women. We've got the Audience Quiz Challenge, and you yourself can have the opportunity to win this Mo Salah signed jersey. So stay tuned. We're going to tell you later on in the show how you can do it. But for now, I think it's time to get started, right?
That's right. Let's go. We got a special guest with us here in the studio is the Blade of God himself, Mr. Sasikumar. Welcome aboard the Euro 2020 show. It's fantastic to have you. Well, let's take you through a couple of the games from match day 1. You know, we've obviously got a lot of exciting scorelines. Maybe you want to take us through the first match?
Yeah, the first match is actually Turkey against Italy. I actually had a lot more hope for Turkey than the way they played. First half was actually good. I thought 0-0 at first half. Italy had their work cut out for them, and then the Italians, as we know, they're really good in the way they approach the game. So 3-0, they make it look really easy, and I thought it was easy in the second half because Turkey didn't offer anything in that game. So yeah, Italians are looking really good, and the Italians usually start competitions like that. You cannot write off Italians when it comes to major tournaments like this. Having said that, they haven't really done anything in the international scene in the last couple of major tournaments.
They haven't shown up at the last couple of tournaments.
Exactly, but you can tell that they got a really good side in the sense that some really talented players, maybe not household names like the players of before, like a Totti and all of that, but they've got a good unit, I thought.
So after that, we had Wales, Switzerland, a decent game, but then I think really the focus of a tournament so far in that Denmark and Finland game and the tragedy and everything that is around that. Were you watching that game, Sasi?
Yeah, it was hard to watch, especially this scene, right? When you got a footballer, and also being a former player myself, I've seen my fair share of leg breaks and stuff like that during games. It's hard to watch. And credit must be given to the Danish player for the players for the way they behaved themselves, because especially the captain, Simon Kjær, because he had the presence of mind first to instruct his players to go there and form a wall. Secondly, to run over and console Eriksen's wife. I don't know if I were able to do that because I'll be distraught. Just the situation over there, it's too intense, the pressure's on, but he had the presence of mind. I was talking to my sons about this. Let's not forget they got Viking blood in them, so they have Viking DNA. So these guys are made for such things. So I thought they were very exemplary the way they behaved and the way they went about doing the business. But the bigger news here is Christian Eriksen as well.
Yeah,
I think when you put everything in perspective, football really means nothing when the life's at stake. So I thought they behaved really well, and it's really good to see Christian. It's hard for me to watch that, so I kind of tend not to think about these things and tend to look at the game, unfortunately. Yeah.
So they've said it was a cardiac arrest, but the good news seems to be that he was only out for a very brief period, so it's not like Fabrice Muamba, who was clinically dead for something like 20 minutes, right? So there may be hope that he can play again, but I think right now the focus is just on, as you say, he's alive, he's healthy.
I've watched a few doctors come and talk about this thing, and obviously different people have different views, and that's about medical or football or whatever, right? But the interesting thing is, in Italy, if you have a heart issue, you can't actually get a license to play in Serie A. So that's something that came out not too long ago. That's going to be really interesting because maybe he might be on the move.
Well, Inter Milan need the money as well, right? I mean, Ash took a look at the social media on this one, right?
Absolutely. I mean, players were all over social media during that 30 minutes that Eriksen was done, and we didn't even have news about whether he was going to recover. So many players come on board Twitter, Instagram. Cristiano Ronaldo was one of the first ones that I saw posting up his support. We had Fabregas, Aguero, and I mean, some of the players also dedicated their goals to him. If you see later on, I mean, obviously you can see here Tottenham, former player for them. So obviously I can imagine James for you as well. It must be quite emotional to see Eriksen. He was so well loved at the club. All over Twitter you saw as well. Lukaku later on, he scored his goal. I think you saw that as well, Sasi.
Yeah, it's amazing when all the players come together. I think this is the beautiful part of football, right? There's a lot of rivalries. People talk a lot of smack during game and after game and stuff like that. But when someone of their own is fighting for their life, then everybody comes together. I think this was beautiful. Not just this, you saw in the game itself, fans, both Danish and Finnish fans were singing his name and stuff like that. That's the beauty about sports, right? And especially football, that when somebody is in real danger, we all get together. I think that's why the game is so beautiful.
Absolutely.
And it's good to see that a lot of them, especially Lukaku, where we saw earlier, they were friends, and even went on to say that for 1.5 years I saw more of Christian Eriksen than my family. So you can see that there's a bond between these players. And Danny Blind, when he played for Holland yesterday, he walked out crying knowing that Christian Eriksen was in the same situation as him and stuff like that. So a lot of emotion, if you ask me, very early in the tournament as well, right?
So onto the football match itself, and as you said, the solidarity there. Finland, first ever match at a European Championship, first ever goal at a European Championship. And when they score, they immediately, they don't celebrate, they play it down. But how do you think the Danish team were affected by what happened? It seems they were a little bit coerced into playing. I mean,
James, I've been in a situation where I actually saw a player break his leg during a game. And the next 70 minutes, nobody did anything. There were no tackles, there were nothing at all, because it could have been us, right? And I'm telling you, these players who are playing in that game, even Simon Kjær, towards the end, he said, that's it.
He had to come off.
I have to come off, right? The manager cried in the post-match match conference, and he said that he can't deal with it anymore. The mind is just not there. So I wasn't surprised that Denmark actually lost the game. But if it didn't happen, the Danish were favourites to win this game, right? So I would say that, of course, good play, or well done to Finland for scoring the goal. Probably not as affected, but mind you, they will be affected. But the Danish, they were all over the place. Players who you can usually trust didn't turn up on the day just purely because mentally they were not there.
Yeah. So, I mean, we saw itself. Eriksen is supposed to be the penalty taker for Denmark. Højbjerg stepped in.
Would he be taking the penalty for Spurs?
Not if he takes them like that. I tell you, anyway, you've got Harry Kane in the team and Son. You probably don't get many penalties to take yourself as well. But a disappointing start for Denmark, obviously from a football point of view as well. And they're going to have to pick themselves up for the next game. You talked briefly before about Italy. You were excited about Turkey coming into the tournament. And Paul Parker sat here and told us dark horse. Now, I know it's Italy. You can get beaten by a good team, but...
But to be honest with you, I mean, it's the first game jitters, as you know, and so many upsets I think we're expecting towards the tournament. I think Italy as well, they're a fantastic goalkeeper, Donnarumma, right? And Donnarumma apparently is on the move. I mean, he was negotiating with PSG, I believe. So this meme was making its rounds all over Twitter, Donnarumma during the game, possibly checking his phone, even though we know you can't check your phone, right? Before.
Of course not. I would like to think so.
So, moving on from Italy though, Belgium. So we've talked about Lukaku a little bit. What did you think of Belgium's opening game? Yeah,
they've got this golden generation of players where they play really exciting football. And let's not forget, their best player, Kevin De Bruyne, wasn't playing as well. And when you got someone like Kevin De Bruyne not playing, and they Hazard as well, and winning 3-0. Hazard, I've got a different view about him. I think he hasn't had the best season, probably he's not in the best shape. But when you look at Kevin De Bruyne, he's a huge miss for any team, let alone Belgium. So, in my opinion, I thought they played really, really well. They got the goals really nicely as well, and you got the quality goals they scored. Belgium is one of those teams where you can see that they have a factory of players coming through. They seem to be replacing players every generation. So they've definitely, I don't know if you can actually call them the dark horse, because they're the highest ranked team in the world at the moment. So I would say that this is definitely a team to watch out for in this competition.
Absolutely.
Although they're going to be missing Castagne now, unfortunately, who's got a similar injury to Kevin De Bruyne.
Yes.
Ironically. So I guess we'll see, but Thomas Meunier did a good job of fitting in the meantime, right? Yeah. Personally, I quite enjoyed this one. Did you enjoy this game, Anne?
I did enjoy it. Good. Okay, I mean, to be honest, like the first episode I was telling him Croatia were gonna win, and he wasn't coming home. But I can't deny, we've got a couple of players here who really stood out, right, Sasi, for you?
Yeah, it does. Before I get there, I just don't get this. Football's coming home. Like, come on, it's the first game. And I'm scrolling through all my Instagram and Twitter, and everyone's, it's coming home. Come on, calm down. That's what you guys did at the World Cup. Guess what happened then?
But I think we keep trying to explain to people that it's actually England's sense of humour and irony.
Okay.
Is that we can lose the opening game 3-0, and still say football's coming home.
So it looks like we don't get the joke then, huh?
Yeah. I'm not sure Croatia always got the joke as well, but I think they found something out at the weekend anyway.
Yeah, but talking about football, I must say that I was really impressed with this fella here, Calvin Phillips. It was amazing. The Yorkshire pillow, not sure about his hairdo, but I think his football. I think the football.
That's your speciality, yeah? This is our hair consultant here.
Cornrows, yeah.
Okay. And overall, what do you think about Croatia here?
Still a good side.
Yeah.
I think still quality players. I think they were a little bit unlucky, but they didn't really ask the questions of the England backline. I just felt that they were very tentative with the way they went about attacking. And right at the end, though, they asked a couple of questions, but not enough to. I thought the back four and of course the goalkeeper for England, they were really good. It will be hard for any team to break them down, but especially when England starts to break and go forward, they can be very deadly, very dangerous, and we saw that. And you give a quality striker like Raheem Sterling half a chance, he puts it away, and it was not easy to score. There was a goalkeeper and the defender coming through, and he took a heavy challenge as well. But he put the ball in the back of the net. That matters most. But I thought England set themselves up for the rest of the tournament very nicely. The first game in any tournament is important.
It's the first time they've won their opening game at the European Championships.
Yeah.
But you were more interested in what was happening off the field, right?
Absolutely, Jesse Lingard. I was kind of sad that he didn't make the team. But you know what they say. When you don't make the team, you party, right, Sasi? Yeah. So that's exactly what our dear friend Jesse Lingard was up to. If you look at the next couple of photos or the videos, you actually saw him in a beer garden, I believe, outside Wembley, if I'm not wrong.
Singing Sasi's favourite song, right?
It's Coming Home. Check out the clip, guys.
So moving on from England, though, another team looking good here. Well, for most of the game, yeah?
Yes, it was not easy against Ukraine. I thought Ukraine were a really good side, very talented side as well. But we know the Dutch. They have the tendency to implode at some stage in a competition. But going by the way they actually went about doing their business against Ukraine, I was really impressed. I thought they had good talented players, very aggressive going forward. And they got the goals, which is the most important. But they seem to also let in goals, which seems to be a concern. And especially in a competition like this, when it gets to a stage where you need to be really tight at the back, this is probably going to be the weakness for Holland. Otherwise, going forward, really exciting.
No Virgil van Dijk, right? But I have to say, this was one of those games where it seesawed back and forward, but you've got to wonder what the Ukraine goalkeeper was doing. You're in injury time, you've got the ball at your feet, and instead of putting it in the stands or putting it down the pitch, he just passes it to the side of the pitch, straight to a Dutch player who crosses it in for the goal. Just
James, this is one of those things that I really, really don't understand. This obsession of playing out from the back, especially at that crucial time of the game, like you said. Just put it up front, just put it out there, and then regroup, because you're just seconds away or minutes away from the final whistle. I think this is one of those things in professional football that will remain a mystery, because only the player playing the ball will understand what he was thinking at that moment, right? And then on hindsight, everybody looks at it and says, it's easy to kick it out. But that's something that I think coaches really need to drill into players, that you can play fancy football when you need to play, but when you need to be ugly and you need to be practical about the game, you need to manage the game better. And that instance was a prime example of how you just have to put the ball up front, and then hopefully you can just walk away with 1 point.
So the game last night. Did you watch the game?
I did, absolutely.
What did you make of that, Ash?
That goalkeeping mistake. We did a poll on our social media, and many of you guys actually didn't believe it was a goalkeeper's mistake. It was 48-50. So Sasi, I want to know your opinion about this.
Not at all, not at all. We were talking about this earlier. To me, a goalkeeper must play off his line, right? And when a goalkeeper plays off the line, these kind of things actually happen. But to be fair, the way the ball was hit, the ball was not hit as like a lob. If it was a lob, I think the goalkeeper had that covered. But he hit it in a pace where it would actually put some curl on it. Yeah. So, and that's the reason why you could see him running left to right, trying to get hold of it. And what a beautiful strike. But you ask him to do it again, he's not going to do it again, for sure, right? It's one of those moments that everything came together, saw the keeper out, and hit it with a lot of pace and a lot of curl. First of all, I thought it was a great goal. Let's not take anything away from him. But the goalkeeper has to play out of his line. That's what goalkeepers have to do. So it's normal that fans turn around and say that, the goalkeeper made a mistake, what was he supposed to do? Stay on his line?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, the Scottish team were fully pushed up. There was no Scottish player anywhere near the halfway line. So, they're gambling, right? The ball gets
You
played
have to-
out, he's going to have to sweep it up.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, like you say, 1 in 100,
Yep.
you're going to get caught, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Last night, Spain, not the best of starts, but, Sweden, very solid, very organized team, bit of a 0-0 specialist.
Let's not forget as well, Spain has one of the youngest teams in this tournament, right? Their average age is about 23, 24. This stat is going to be mind-blowing. There are no Real Madrid players in the Spanish team, right?
Exactly.
And when you look at all the successful teams of the past, of the Spanish teams, there was a nice mix between Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And when you see the way the Real Madrid has actually gone on to do their season this year, it's no real surprise that the impact has on the Spanish team. It's all correlating, right? These two big teams, when they do well, the Spanish team does well, right? So, and I'm not really surprised. And the way, to be fair, they had two really clear-cut chances. They set the record for the most number of passes, which Spain always does. I think that's what they did. But at the end of the day, you need to put the ball in the back of the net. You can play this tiki-taka, beautiful football, tournaments like this. And let's not forget as well, Spain are a quality side. They know how to win this tournament.
Yeah.
So let's not write them off. Yeah. But I thought Sweden was really good in the way they, like you said, James, they set up really well. They were very, very strong at the back. But first game of the tournament, don't write the Spanish off.
Yeah. So the other game last night, Poland-Slovakia. Slovakia beat Poland. Memorable for Wojtek Szczesny scoring the first ever own goal by a goalkeeper in the European Championships, which we were looking back. Euro 2016, he got injured in the opening match. Euro 2012, he got sent off in the opening match. So a little bit of a lesson there for Euro 2024 for Poland. Don't play so Szczesny
if he gets called up
in the opening match. But moving on, got a few minutes left here with you, Sasi. Here's the games for the week. No prizes, I guess, for which match stands out for you?
Yeah, James, it has to be France against Germany. I think that's the big one, and all the fans here in Singapore will be looking out for that one. France, no doubt, the favourites coming into this tournament. Yeah. Germany, we know that they are a good side. They can turn up. They're playing at home. That should have some sort of impact on their performance as well. But I look at that French team and I look at all the positions, and I happen to be talking to one of my French friends, and I was saying that in every position, they've got a 2 or 3 world-class players there. Anyone can come in, and Deschamps, I thought he did he did something really great in the sense that he brought Karim Benzema in. Yeah. I thought he was the missing piece, where half a chance he scores goals. That's what you need for a striker at this level. So they definitely have the edge here, but I'm just leaning towards Germany because the Germans are very clinical when it comes to...
It's the opposite kind of thing, right?
Exactly.
The German team, really not a lot of big star names, right? Okay, you've got Toni Kroos and Manuel Neuer, but they're more of a team. And the French has all these individual Mbappes and Griezmann and Kante that kind of stand out. But you just get the feeling the Germans, whether they can just be solid and efficient and Germanic.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. So there's a quote by Thomas Muller I read about a week ago, which was quite telling in the sense that he said, "We are not a team made of individual players. We are a unit, and that's the reason why we have 4 stars on our shirt."
Ooh, German engineering.
Yeah, so there you go. So I thought that was really good. I thought he was spot on with that, and I think that will make a big difference. There is just like Holland, the French team has the tendency to implode as well. We're seeing a bit of tension already between Mbappe and Giroud. So if they can, Deschamps, if he can keep that in check, I think hopefully they can actually progress and win this tournament. But when they start bickering with each other,
someone always gets sent home.
Yeah,
right?
it happens a lot, right, with France as well, in previous tournaments as well.
Exactly.
A lot of egos on the team. Unfortunately, I'm wearing France today, so.
Yeah, so you are wearing France.
Yes,
so,
I am.
so I assume that means you're predicting France to win?
To be honest with you, I have like a gut feeling that it's not going to go the way I want. I think it might be a draw. It'll be a very cagey, sort of affair. But I don't know. Sasi, what do you make? What's the prediction?
No, like I said at the start, I'm leaning towards Germany, though my heart really says that France probably have a bit more quality and they have match winners as well. But let's not forget, Germany has also some match winners. So I'm going to lean towards Germany purely because they're playing at home. They got the fans behind them, and they'll be a bit more clinical than France. For all you know, it could actually end up in a high-scoring draw.
Personally, I'm leaning towards Germany also. I just think first game of the tournament, France take a bit of time to warm up. We've got a few other interesting, of course, Portugal, Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes starting their tournaments, in theory, against the whipping boys of the group in Hungary. Any other games really stand out to you here, Sasi?
No, there are some important games, for example, Denmark-Belgium, right? So if Denmark goes on to lose this game, it's going to be very tough for them to advance. Excuse me. But, we talked about this earlier. The third team also qualifies, right? But when they do qualify, they meet, I believe, Italy.
Potentially.
Potentially Italy, which is going to be tough. So if the bigger question here, James and Ash, is that can they actually recover from what happened to Eriksen? In my opinion, their tournament's over. I think they're just going to participate. I think it's too much to come back from what they have experienced.
It can go one of two ways, right? They can either ride a wave of emotion and carry them forward, or they can just really go through the motions and play the tournament out. And don't forget, I mean, in all of this, Eriksen, he is their star. He is their playmaker. He's the guy that makes the team tick. He's their set-piece taker. He's their penalty taker, as we found out. So it is a big miss.
Yeah, he's going to be a huge miss. Excuse me again. I would think that is this game against Belgium is going to be crucial. But just looking at the Belgian team at the moment, the quality, the way they're playing football, scoring goals, against a Danish side that's emotionally, they're going through a bit of trauma. I would say it's going to be a tough mountain to climb for them.
So these are the matches that take us through. In case you're wondering why we picked these fixtures, our next show is on Friday night. So these are the fixtures for tonight, Wednesday, Thursday, that will get us through. We'll also see Netherlands, Turkey, Italy playing their second games as well. So this will carry us forward to the next game. But to finish up today, Sasi, thank you for coming down. Thank you for sharing your insights with us. And we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Great show. I really enjoyed it. And all the best. And hopefully you guys can keep entertaining the fans here in Singapore.
Thank you.
Thank you. We just heard from Sasi, of course, but we want to know what your score prediction is for the big game. It's France and Germany. You guys know who I'm really leaning towards for this game, but we want to know what you guys also think. So please leave your predictions in. We have a Facebook post as well as an Instagram post. Both posts are also fine with us. We'll be checking your comments to make sure that you follow us at least, right, James?
Yep, I'm looking forward to this one as well. Who's your pick?
Duh. It's with, Les Bleus, so... Allez, Les Bleus! Allez, Les Bleus!
For me, Gundogan or Goretzka.
Okay.
I'm leaning on the Germany side.
Well, perhaps our friends at Keep It Up Singapore can help you guys with your match predictions.
Here's your chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to take in an EPL game in 2022. Thanks to our friends at Turkish Airlines, Sports Singapore, Tadcaster, World Football Legends and KeepItUp.sg. Let's have some fun and with KeepItUp.sg predict who's going to win tonight's big game at Euro 2020. Here's Brian representing France and Raoul representing Germany. Now we know which team's winning at the Euros tonight. Let's make you a winner with KeepItUp.sg. 4 great prizes up for grabs. All you need to do is record a 10-second video of yourself keeping a ball, any ball, in the air. Then upload that video to www.keepitup.sg or on the official Keep It Up app. Those videos will then be judged by Singaporean and international football legends and will notify the final 500 to make it through to our grand final. Remember to KeepItUp.sg.
So there you have a little intro to Keep It Up Singapore. So what is it all about? Basically, it's an initiative. Take 10 seconds, film yourself doing keepy uppy, send it in to them. There'll be some rounds with some judges, including Premier League players as well, taking a look at your videos and seeing who's best. And ultimately, we will have 4 winners, 1 man, 1 woman, 1 boy, 1 girl. So there's a category for everyone who will get the chance some point in the future, I guess, right? To all expenses paid trip to an EPL game. So there's a category for everyone, men, women, boy, girl. Get your video in and take part. And if you need to see how to do a little bit of keepy up, well, the good news is we have our skills challenge. And last week, of course, we had Taufik from Tampines, who very easily did 50 keepy ups with only 1 foot and scored 90 points. This week, we have a new challenger who's going to take him on. So let's see how he does on all the challenges, including keeping it up.
And before we start, let's meet our goalkeeper.
Hi Jasper, which challenge are you looking forward to the most today?
I think each challenge will have their different sets of challenges, but I think I'm more confident with the penalty and free kick.
Who's your tip to win the Euros?
What I'm looking at is Portugal.
And who is the player you're looking out for?
I'll be looking out for Cristiano Ronaldo. At his age right now, I think it's very interesting to see how he's going to perform, and this might be his last major competition.
Okay, which challenge are you looking forward to today?
I think it's penalty because that's most strikers things to be the first one to take the penalty. Yeah, so I think I might do well on that.
Okay, I gotta ask you, who is your tip? Which team will win the Euros?
I think it will be France. France because they have a lot of quality players, and the last World Cup they won, and I think they will do well for this Euro.
Okay, who's the player to look out for? It doesn't have to be from France, anyone.
For this Euro, I think it's Mbappe. Yeah, because he's the youngest player, and then the quality that he have and the way that he play make people fall in love in football.
That'll do.
Congrats, Amiruddin. How do you feel about the challenge?
I think it's fun to be able to come here and do this challenge, and you get to enjoy yourself lah.
And you're top of the leaderboard now. How do you feel?
I think just normal because I actually don't challenge for anything lah. Just come here to have fun and just do the challenge.
Thank you. And now let's have a look at the latest scores from the skills challenge for the men. You guys can see on the screen right here, Amiruddin from Lion City Sailors is leading at the top of the table with 100 goals. Massive points there. And also we still have Taufik. He's second. I mean, they're only separated by 10 points, but you still have about 6 more players to go before we decide who's going to be the champion of our SPL skills challenge. I'm really excited about that actually. But today, we will also be giving out something really special. In honor of Mo Salah's birthday, we have here a signed jersey from the Egyptian king himself. Don't you guys want to win this? I mean, look at James's face. But I mean, this is for the Liverpool fans out there. All you guys have to do is to answer this question. You have to name Salah's Liverpool teammate who is in the Portugal Euro 2020 squad, and the answer has to be at the bottom of this post. We're not looking at the answers on Instagram or anywhere else. You guys must answer in this post itself. Well, guys, today we have also a very special guest with us today, right?
Yes, we have Singapore's most capped woman footballer, Ernie. Thank you for joining us, Ernie. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
So, the ladies have started training again, yeah? The national team are training?
Yeah. So far we have been training through Zoom and 8-a-side. It's not the same as 11-a-side. So yeah, I'm feeling excited to get back on the field with my teammates. Yeah, to play all out and also focus on our team tactical play as well. Yeah.
But the women's league hasn't been able to restart, right? And under the lockdown rules, Singapore government said the men's league, the SPL, could because the players are professional, they need to play for their income, but that the women's league unfortunately wasn't able to start. How did that kind of make you feel?
We definitely feel disheartened because we can't play the 11-a-side match, right? Because most importantly, to play 11-a-side match will actually impact on our match fitness and also performance. Yeah.
But for the Singapore ladies, it's been rough the last couple of years. Results haven't really gone the right way.
Yes.
What's the goal, do you think, for the ladies team for the next couple of years?
We're hoping that we can learn from our new coach again. I mean, yeah, we have our new coach, Coach Stefan. Yeah, a great coach. Yeah, very organized and very good at his tactical play. Yeah, I believe that our team can, produce some result under his guidance.
Let's have a look now at Ernie's Fantasy League team. Ernie, take us through your thought process when selecting these players.
Firstly, of course, I always choose the first line and the second line, the star player, so-called the important player. Yeah, so I spend a lot of money on the first attacking line and the midfield line. Then I have not much money to buy the other players.
You
that's
got
why
a little bit let down by your money spend there on that front line, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I'm lucky that I got.
Lucas Hradecky, yeah?
Yes,
a lot of people picked him. He's a bit of a cult figure.
Yeah.
He saved a penalty, kept a clean sheet, and suddenly 13 points. He's pretty much single-handedly keeping your team in the game.
That's my only hope.
But no, you've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in your starting lineup playing tonight,
I
right?
hope Ronaldo,
and you've got Ronaldo. Yes. But you need to change your captain. You need to get your captain off Kane and get your captain onto someone else.
Yes, I will change to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay, you're hoping for a bit of a drubbing there.
Yeah.
I have to ask you the same question I asked Ash last week. What did you see in Colwell of Wales that led to putting him on the bench?
Honestly, he's not my choice. Okay. It's just because I'm really short of money.
You're quite similar in terms of the strike force as well. We want a good strike force, right, Ernie?
Yeah, that's right.
I think Ernie's gone one step further because you said you had 4 million left, you needed one player. I think Ernie had 16 million left and needed 4 players, judging by her bench. She's got everyone's favourite cheap player in Nego there. And then Boyleson and a reserve Scottish goalkeeper, McLaughlin. So you really put the money on the pitch, right, Ernie?
Yes,
you went for
everything on the pitch,
Okay. When you play your position, who do you look at in this fantasy football team and say, that's someone you would aspire to play like?
On my fantasy league team?
Yeah.
I would say Kante. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a centre midfielder. Yeah. He's a defensive midfielder, right? Yeah. So the way he play, right, inspired me because I love to win the ball. I'm a ball winner. So once I win the ball, then I will distribute the ball to my teammates. Yeah. So
love it.
And are you thinking already about what transfers you're going to make before match day 2?
Maybe a bit. Yeah.
Looking at the injury list as well, De Bruyne, De Ligt, so you have to have a look and see whether
I would
they're
change,
due back.
to these two sub with another players,
Okay.
Yeah.
So we expect to see you in a week or two's time challenging at the top of the table, right?
Yes.
So Ernie right now has, what have you got there, Ernie? You've got 19 points?
19, yes. 19
yeah, so the leader right now, as of today, we haven't finished the first match day yet, but the leader has 91 points. 91 which points. Really, to get to 91 points, you need to have triple captain Lukaku or Patrick Schick or someone like that, and you've got to have hit every goal scorer in the tournament so far.
Absolutely, and given the unpredictability as well of the last couple of games, to hit those kind of points must have been really it's tough, it's not easy. So whoever's at the top of the leaderboard now, that position is quite a shaky one.
But I think a lot of people are all going to be captaining Ronaldo tonight and hoping Fernandes and hoping that they pull their teams drastically
especially against
up the
Hungary,
table.
right? Yeah.
But
Alright.
let's go back to you a little bit here, Ernie. Tell us a bit. I read in the papers a few weeks ago you have a new initiative. You want to tell us a bit about that?
Singachamp is an enrichment program that caters for our youth with autism. We provide sports programs such as multi-sports, basketball, and of course football. Yeah, I believe that our youth with autism can participate in sports with proper structured program and also engaging program for them. Yeah. We believe that, we hope that Singachamps can provide quality of life. Yeah, like for them. Yeah.
So it's for children of how old?
From 4 years old up to 12 years old.
4 years old to 12, and they come down and sometimes it's just activities, right?
Yes,
and being
activity.
active and hand-eye coordination. But then some of them also, you give them one-on-one coaching, particularly in football, right? To see whether they can participate in teams, yeah?
Yeah.
So you have a team as well, yeah?
We have a team, yeah.
And where are they playing?
At Coven Sports Centre.
Okay.
That's their training venue, yeah, for now.
And are they able to join a league soon, once we can, or?
Yeah, once the tournament start again, I mean, as in for GSSL tournament, we are participating in GSSL tournament, yeah, for them. Yeah, so hopefully we can start again, yeah.
Okay. So, you know, there's a lot of children and adults in Singapore that are on the autism spectrum, and they don't always get to participate in sports and activities, particularly because many of the children are not in the special schools, they're in the mainstream schools. So this is a good opportunity for them to get active. What would be your message to parents who have children who are on the autism spectrum?
Okay, don't be afraid to expose them to sports and other enrichment program for them. Yeah, I believe that they can do it, they can participate. It's just that how we as a coach or instructor run the program for them, yeah, to be more engaging and also simple steps for them.
Okay, so parents out there, if you do have a child on the autism spectrum and you want to get them involved in some activities, you can look up Singachamps. Yeah. You can find them online on Facebook, on Instagram, and come down and give it a try, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic stuff, Ernie. We're all very proud of you here. I mean, obviously you're a lioness yourself. You played for Singapore, 40 caps, right? So we want to know how you did. You were also involved in our skills challenge over at OTH. Let's find out how Ernie did in our women's challenge.
Hi, I'm Ernie.
So Ernie, which challenge are you most looking forward to here?
The crossbar challenge.
Why is that?
Crossbar challenge, why? Because when I take shot, I always hit the crossbar.
Okay, I don't know if that's good or bad, but okay. European Championships, who do you think is going to win?
Of course, the Spain.
Spain, and which player in the tournament are you most looking forward to seeing play?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Wow, okay, we have a fan go. Okay, well good luck Ernie, go get him.
Alright, thank you.
So how do you think that went, Ernie?
It's a good challenge, very interesting challenge. Never thought that 1 foot juggling is hard. Yeah.
Harder than it looks, eh?
Yeah, very, very hard. Yeah.
So, the good news is you scored 60 points, so after 2 challenges, you're in the lead. Do you think you'll hold on to that lead?
Hope so, hope so, hope so. Yeah.
Okay, fingers crossed for you, Ernie. Good luck.
Right.
Thank you. So there we have it, Ernie, 60 points. Ernie goes to the top of the leaderboard for the Women's Challenge after 2 weeks, but we've got 6 more women still to come in the Lionesses Challenge. So I guess we'll see who rises up as a contender to challenge her. But talking of contenders, we're back here right now. Ash, looking a little bit nervous right now because we have Robbie. Robbie is going to be doing a quiz challenge for us here and taking on Ash in a quiz all about Euro 2016. So hi Robbie, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm currently an undergraduate studying computer science in NTU.
Wow. Okay, we could have done with him when we were setting up the Zoom call earlier. That would have been good. And who's your football team, Robbie?
Man United, but for the Euros, supporting Belgium.
Supporting Belgium. Most Man United fans, I thought they all wanted Portugal, Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo, but Belgium, yeah? Okay, well, it's a good start. So remember the rules of the quiz here. We're going to ask Ash and Robbie 5 questions each and see who gets the most points at the end of the day. I say the topic today is Euro 2016. And Robbie, we give you the choice. Do you want A or B?
B.
B. Okay, so Ash has not seen these questions. I wrote them myself. She's not happy about that.
I'm so scared, guys.
And Robbie is taking B, which means we're going to start with Ash in envelope A.
The pressure is on. I'll do my best, okay, guys?
That's all we can ask for. So here we go. First question, envelope A for Ash. Euro 2016. Which Portuguese player scored the winning goal in the final of Euro 2016? Was it A, Cristiano Ronaldo, B, Ricardo Quaresma, or C, Eder?
It was Eder, C.
It was C, Eder. 1 point to Ash to get us started. So Robbie, we're going to come to you with envelope B. And he's hoping that his question is as easy as your question was. So Robbie, your first question, multiple choice as well. 3 teams qualified from Group F in the last Euro 2016. 3 teams qualified from Group F. But who topped the group? Was it A, Portugal, B, Iceland, or C, Hungary? Who topped Group F at Euro 2016? A, Portugal, B, Iceland, C, Hungary.
Iceland.
Ooh, no, it was C, Hungary. Hungary topped the group, Iceland second, and Portugal, incredibly, best third place team, went on to win the whole thing.
Surprising.
So back to you, Ash. You're in the lead here. Wow, okay.
I don't know, he's looking quite good as well.
This one, I get a feeling you might know this one. Who won the Euro 2016 Golden Boot?
Ooh, it was Antoine Griezmann.
It was multiple choice. We don't even need the multiple choice. How many did he score?
6 goals. He scored 6 goals.
So 2 points to Ash. Okay, Robbie, pressure back on. So we just talked about goal scorers. Now we're going to talk about goalkeepers. Who was named as the goalkeeper in the official team of the tournament at Euro 2016? Was it A, Rui Patricio of Portugal, B, Hugo Lloris of France, or C, Manuel Neuer of Germany? Who was the goalkeeper of the official team of the tournament?
A, Rui Patricio.
Is right. Rui Patricio of Portugal. 1 point to Robbie. So back to you here, Ash. He's coming to get you.
Yeah, it's coming close.
This is not multiple choice, so you better know your stuff here, okay? Number 3. Which Portuguese player who later moved to Bayern Munich and then the Premier League was named as the young player of the tournament at Euro 2016?
I just watched his thing yesterday. I forgot. It starts with E. It starts from E. I forgot his name.
Robbie looks confident here.
I think he's going to steal it. I know his name. Santos or something? Renato Santos or something?
Okay, I'm going to give you that one. I'm going to give you that one. Renato Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Okay, I give you that one. 1 point for Ash. She got there in the end. Back to you, Robbie.
I forgot his name.
And this one's not multiple choice, okay? Granit Xhaka, everybody's favorite Arsenal player.
Oh.
He represented Switzerland at Euro 2016, and incredibly, he played against his brother, Taulant. Who was his brother, Taulant, playing for at Euro 2016?
Albania.
Albania is right. Hey, Robbie knows his stuff.
Fantastic.
So Ash is winning 3-2 now. Question 4.
He looks good. Robbie looks good.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Don't say that. You know, that's what I said.
That's what you did to me last week, so I'm going to do it back to you. Ash, which country knocked out England from Euro 2016?
Sorry, it was the Vikings. Iceland knocked them out.
Okay, Robbie, you need this one, Robbie. Same kind of question. Who knocked out the hotly favoured Belgian side from Euro 2016?
Wales.
These guys are too good. Another point for Robbie, 4-3.
Getting close
So
to that.
Ash,
Yeah.
question 5. I don't know if she's going to get this one. I don't know.
I
Let's see.
think-
Which Premier League side matched Juventus in having 12 players, the most players, at Euro 2016? Which Premier League side, along with Juventus, had 12 players at Euro 2016?
Oh, I'm so stressed. Liverpool?
Got it right. 5
No
out of 5 for Ash. Oh, Robbie, your last question, Robbie. Northern Ireland recorded their first ever European Championship victory against which team at Euro 2016? Northern Ireland recorded their first ever European Championship victory against who? Thinking about it. It's a team that's at Euro 2020 as well. You know who it was?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Oh, it was Ukraine.
Wow.
So, incredibly,
I'm lucky.
Ash has won her challenge.
Look
I
at
didn't see that one coming.
That the
What can I
audacity.
tell
But
you?
to be fair, Robbie, your questions as well were pretty
Yeah, I
tough,
think Ash
yeah.
got the easy questions.
Yeah, I think I
Robbie
got the
definitely
easy
got her
ones,
one.
yeah.
But Robbie, you don't walk away empty-handed. You
Yeah.
win a European Championship special goodie. Got a picture of it here. Thank you for taking part, and hopefully next week someone will win a Premier League jersey in the challenge,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. And speaking of Premier League jerseys, we are giving away a Mo Salah signed jersey. Guys, you definitely want to stay tuned for that because the competition ends on Wednesday at 8 p.m. You got to leave your comments, or rather your answer to the question here in the box below.
Okay. Thanks for taking part, Robbie, and we'll see you soon. Stay safe. Take care.
Thank you.
So that's it for this episode, but we've got a great episode 3 coming up for you Friday night, 8 o'clock, same place. We have Nazri Nazir, Singapore legend, coming in to talk about his European Championship so far, plus Olympian Derek Wong talking about his fantasy football team. 2 great guests to look forward to.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. But you know what, guys? As you know, we at the Euro Show, we love to spoil you. And we're going to be spoiling you once again with a signed AC Milan Ibrahimovic shirt. Oh my gosh. I want to win that one, James. Zlatan. Who doesn't want a Zlatan shirt? Speaking of shirts, we're also giving out the Mo Salah jersey, of course. So don't forget to, of course, leave your comments in this post below, right, James? We're very, very excited about this episode coming up as well. So until then, we'll see you guys and have a great Euros.